So, as of recording this, yesterday, the NASCAR Cup Series finished up their second year in a row at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway's road course. And, of course, in typical NASCAR fan fashion, there was no consensus on what fans thought.
Unacceptable!
Some fans absolutely hated it, some fans thought that it was great, some fans thought there could be concessions made on both sides. And with the announcement that, at least in 2023 for the short term, that the Cup Series will be going back to the road course, it kind of got me thinking of a question, and that is, what is the future of NASCAR at Indy? And I think this has been a question many have had really through the Gen 6 and now into the next gen era. And another question too with that, does it need fixing? Well, to kind of look at what is the future, we kind of have to look both at the past and the present. Now, the big argument against the Indianapolis road course has been the fact that it's been a damn near demolition derby the last 2 years. In 2021, most of the race actually was relatively clean. There wasn't too much over-aggression on restarts, and for the first 90% of the race, it was a really good race. And then the final cautions came out, the curbs got destroyed, and in their wake, about half the field was destroyed too. Many fans saw it as an embarrassment to the sport, and a lot of fans were already calling for the oval to come back. But NASCAR did want to try again, and I commend them for that, because I'm someone who, going into 2021 and even 2022, was pro-Indy road course. So this past year, they raced the road course again, and it's a complete dumpster fire. Everyone's getting spun left and right, especially in turn one. Drivers are taking it 6 wide into a bottleneck corner, and you even have a former champion in Joey Logano making a completely brain-dead move. It was very embarrassing. I think even if you're pro road course, if you didn't think that was embarrassing to watch as a pro racing series, you have a few issues as a fan and you're just watching for wrecks. There wasn't really the greatest racing, there was good strategy, but overall, while it might have been better than 2021, the really overarching theme is that it was a black eye on the sport. And now, heading to 2023, when they've already said that the Indianapolis road course is coming back, while it might be in the short term, it still is, it has a lot of fans really wanting to spice it up more. Now, this isn't anything new at the Brickyard. Ever since the 2008 tire debacle, it's been just fail after fail after fail at the world's most historic track. And really, if you look at the last couple of years, there's been a bit of numbers that can back up a lot of what people are saying for the oval. Listen, TV ratings is where you're going to see all of the major changes stem from. It's where the big money comes from. It's where the majority of viewers are, whether there's good or bad attendance. And the last couple of years of the oval into the road course have shown where the fans lie on this. In 2019, this was race 26 on big NBC, and it got 2.969 million viewers. In 2020, on the 4th of July, again on NBC, it got 4.34 million, and then last year it got 2.831 million as race 24 on NBC. Now, you might be saying, well, the Indy road course in 21 got about the same viewership as the Brickyard did in 2019. But here is the main difference. This race last year was in the middle of the summer. This race in 2019 was going head-to-head with week 1 of the NFL. I don't give a damn what you say as a fan or what people might say. There's a huge overlap, and numbers and statistics have shown this in viewership since the chase began, that there's a huge drop-off in viewers every time the NFL starts for the first few weeks of the year, and then NASCAR starts to recover after the fact. So, a Brickyard 400 with the NFL basically taking away 20 to 30% of the viewership it would have had still outperformed the road course. And that's where you're going to see a lot of it. Now, I get that people will argue attendance, but even with attendance, numbers don't exactly go against the people wanting the oval as well. You see, attendance was as low as about 35,000 in 2017 with the Oval. It was the lowest scheduled attendance that Indianapolis Motor Speedway has ever seen with NASCAR. But in 2019, they saw more than that with about 45 to 50,000, and then in 21, around 60 or so thousand, and now this past year, it sounds like they saw maybe 65 to 70,000. Attendance in general for NASCAR is going up. So I don't know that attendance is the greatest argument. Plus, again, if Road America's taken off, even with the attendance it's had, I really don't think attendance is the pillar you want to stand on. So what's the verdict? Go to the Oval, has more prestige, gets more viewers? Well, I don't know about that, because the road course itself has had great moments, and it is difficult to win on this track. We have a car now that's even more difficult to drive, and that was probably why a lot of people were spinning out on their own yesterday. So I don't think the road course in and of itself is broken as much as I think its driver etiquette is the problem. Now, a lot of people are saying just leave Indianapolis Motor Speedway altogether. Well, I can tell you that that is not going to happen. NASCAR and Roger Penske are not going to let such a big moneymaker just get away from them in that respect. And so that's why I don't think the IRP will ever be on the Cup schedule, at least not while Indianapolis Motor Speedway is, well, operational. So I don't think IRP is really the big fix that people think it is. Plus, the infrastructure of that track is not there to host a Cup Series race. Then you kind of got to ask, is a fix needed or even possible? You see, most of this stems from the fact that there was either A, bad racing, whether it be a wreck fest like the road course has been, or just straight up boring like the Oval can be, or it's based off of attendance, which I think we've all learned it doesn't really mean as much as fans want to think it does. And so, is there a fix needed? Maybe. The TV ratings will show this year. If, say, TV ratings are closer or at or even below 3 million viewers for this race, it should be considered a failure in viewers. NBC races should, at this time of the year, be getting at least 3.5 million viewers. And if they don't get that for this race, then I think Roger Penske, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and NASCAR, as well as NBC, need to get together and talk about a plan. And I think there's only really two that they can do when it comes to tracks, and one they can do maybe to not make it as much of a crapshoot if you stick with the road course completely. If you stick with the road course, go to single file restarts. It'll stop a lot of the stupidity that is happening, and you still probably get 2 and 3, maybe even 4 wide into corners, but not as many horrible bonsai moves as we saw yesterday. But if you're gonna have it be a track change, then there are 2 things you can do. Number 1, go back to the Brickyard 400. It's the best possible event for TV ratings, gets more fans watching on TV, and the way a NASCAR attendance is going, it might even get more people attending. Might even get upwards of 90 to 100,000 attending, which is about where it was around 2011 or 2012 when NASCAR is much more popular. Or you switch back and forth. You do the Oval 1 year, where, say, the Oval is on the even number years, and you do the road course on the odd number years. So 2024, 26, 28, you do the Oval. 25, 27, 29, you do the road course. You make both fans happy in a way because they both get their event. You get to look forward for 2 years of that event, and I think it would actually drive up that attendance and look a bit better on TV as well. Overall, I think that the future of NASCAR and Indy is fluid at the moment. I think that what happens now, especially with the new contract, will decide what Indianapolis and NASCAR do in the future. Does it need fixing? A little bit, I think so. But I don't think it's going to be as big of a problem as people are saying. I think they know they're going to stay at the track. It's just a matter of what they do with that track. Now, I want to pass this on to you with all that being said. What do you think the future of NASCAR and Indy is, and do you think it needs fixing? And if so, how? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're at it, leave a like on this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR content. Thank you to all my channel members for your continued support, and until next time, have a good one.